Is Ohio State head coach Ryan Day on the hot seat? We need to talk about it, but if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And by doing so, it greatly helps out my channel and it helps me grow as a content creator. Well, Ryan Day became the head coach for the Ohio State Buckeyes in 2019. Now, since then, he has had, success while he was the head coach there. And I'll just read off, his success that he's had. Overall, he's 45-6 as far as games. Bowl games, he's 2-3. In tournaments, he's 1-3 in the college football playoff. I think that one win came against Clemson. I think it was the Sugar Bowl that year, and I think they beat them 49-28 or something like that. And by that time, before that, Clemson was able to beat them a couple of seasons, a couple of times, and they finally got over the hump and beat Clemson. But they was able to do that, and they played my Alabama Crimson Tide for the national championship, and they lost that matchup 52-24. And ever since then, they was able to get back last season, back into the playoff. They lost to Georgia in the semifinal game, and wasn't able to make the championship game. But since he's been there, I mean, uh, at Ohio State, he's won 2 Big Ten championships from 2019 to 2020. Got 3 Big Ten East divisions, 2019, 2020, and 2021. I believe I think it was 2021, they shared it between Michigan and Ohio State, but Michigan got the nod to go to the playoffs, because they beat Ohio State that year. And that's the reason why I'm, asking this question whether or not, Ryan Day being on the hot seat. This was a guy, that lost 2 back-to-back seasons against their arch rival in Michigan, and both times Ohio State, I think, was the favorite, was ranked higher, and it's not only how the loss is how they lost, and like I said, last season, they just got bludgeoned by Michigan. It was a close matchup, until later on in the game where Michigan just ran away with it. And what's interesting about that, Michigan didn't even have Blake Corum, a potential Heisman winner, uh, in the game to help them. So thought Ohio State's defense, had greatly improved from the season before, bringing in Jim Knowles, but they just wasn't able to beat, Michigan these last couple of seasons, and that's the reason why people are saying he might possibly be on the hot seat, or the seat at least getting warm. Getting beat by Michigan 2 years in a row, and the question is going to come in: has Michigan supplanted themselves as the king in the Big Ten East? That's going to be interesting going forward. With Ryan Day, he's going to be tasked with trying to get back to the playoff and win a championship, and he no longer has C.J. Stroud at the helm. So it's going to be interesting. And last season, it was the first time Ohio State has lost consecutive games to Michigan since I think it was between 1999 and 2000. Yeah. So, and it was, like I said, also the second season in a row that the Buckeyes won't be playing, in the Big Ten title game from last season. So that was crazy, let alone win it. So um, this offseason, this last year's offseason, a lot of people was predicting Ohio State to come in and get their revenge, and beat Michigan. If I'm not mistaken, I think, wasn't Ohio State at home last season when they lost to Michigan? Yeah. Yeah, they lost that game 45-23 at home. And like I said, the score makes it seem like it was just a blowout from the get-go. No, it was a tight game, but Ohio State just lost control in the last couple of quarters, and crazy. A couple of uh, questionable play calls, happened at the end of towards the end of that game. But he's entering this 2023 season with some pressure. He's actually been there before. He was actually the co-offensive coordinator before that, before he took the job as the head coach when Urban Meyer left. But it's crazy, And then Also, I noticed last season, the offense kind of sputtered early on. They had a tough matchup against Northwestern, if I'm not mistaken. That game was really, really close uh, early on in the season, and just had a lot of games where the offense didn't really, really look that good. Like I said, but they did manage, to win those games. And yeah, I'm looking at, the scores. Yeah, just struggled, sometimes during the season. Was able to get the win, but like I said, had that one game at home in Columbus against the Michigan Wolverines, and should have been a revenge factor, to not let Michigan beat them twice in a row. And Michigan, some kind of way, was able to do it. And what's crazy about that, Michigan is bringing back a lot of firepower back on that offense again this season. Again, back a probably a healthy Blake Corum with Donovan Edwards in the backfield with J.J. McCarthy. So, and we all know Michigan is known for having great offensive line. So I think they no longer will have Ronnie Bell, but they're still gonna have some guys that can step up. So Ryan Day, he got to go on the road this season. I'm thinking. Let me look at the schedule. I think they got to go on the road. Yeah, they got to go on the road in Ann Arbor this season on November 25th. So the pressure is mounting for Ryan Day. Do you think Ryan Day? Do you think Ohio State will let him go if he doesn't get the job done this upcoming season? You guys let me know. Me personally, um, like I said, he's done a phenomenal job for Ohio State. But if he doesn't do anything this season, as far as if he can't knock off Michigan, or even worse, if he struggles with other teams that Ohio State should have the significant advantage with. And the reason I say that, I believe Ohio State, did they play Northwestern? It was one of those games where they kind of struggled, you know. Yeah, the Northwestern game, they struggled. The offense struggled to get going in that matchup. They beat them 21-7, but especially against a team like Northwestern, you would expect the offense would be, high flying and doing better what they did. But what do you think? Do you guys think if he struggles with teams like Northwestern, do you think he'll be on his way out? And at worst, if he loses to Michigan a third straight time, you guys let me know in the comment section. And once again, guys, if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.